Hi guys. There has always been a problem in the fandom with people who assume the worst of others. People who hide behind their good intentions and claim that when they attack their fellow furry, they're doing it for the sake of bettering the fandom's image. We have always had a habit of adopting hurtful labels for the sake of branding other people we disagree with as other, from perverted to degenerate to the other colorful terms we've been using lately. Throughout our history of the fandom, there have been groups that held the belief for our community to be accepted by the world at large. So as long as we remove a specific aspect or section of our community, people can't even agree on what section that needs to be removed. There have been countless examples of people being defamed and attacked over these false accusations, all for chasing clout and trying to be accepted by society. But people like to forget what the furry fandom was about originally. We were all outcasts. Our community was built on a common bond. And regardless of who you were and what you believed, that bond made you part of something more. We were always hated by the outside world, who saw what we did as a fetish. The fandom was not initially made for younger audiences. Some of the earliest artistic renditions of the fandom, such as Fritz the Cat, are proof of this. But we also aren't inherently sexual as a community either. Some say art reflects reality, and the fandom is no different. It's a living work of art that mimics reality in so many ways. And just like in the real world, sex is a part of our shared reality as people. We do what we can in our community to shield younger audiences from these things, as anyone would for a real child in the real world. That's why E6 and FA require you to log to view adult content. The goal is to keep kids safe. On the other hand, we can't deny or totally stifle something, part of what we are as humans. I, for one, am tired of the lying in our community. I'm tired of everyone stepping on each other just because they want to be a little bit more popular. If all we do is hate, then we're just going to end up with more hate. Cancel culture has no place in our fandom. I really feel if we work hard and better ourselves as a community, we can be an example for other communities. People will say, oh, look at the furries. They're not canceling their members anymore. That's amazing, we should do that too. I'm going to say a lot of things in a minute that, the fandom is not going to be happy with. But I feel someone needs to step up and actually say something. Because everyone is being afraid of being canceled that they'll never speak up for fear of the backlash. That's how cancel culture is dominating our fandom. It makes everyone feel useless and unable to talk about what they really feel. So I'll be the first to talk about this. And hopefully this will inspire others to find their voice and speak out against these idiotic witch hunts. While we're here, let's get the truth out about what we actually are. As I said above, we're a group of fun-loving people who are interested in anthropomorphized characters. But that's the general line everyone always talks about. But what people don't talk about is that we're human too. And just like every person out there, everyone has a sexual side. And yes, I'm going there. A lot of people say, oh, the fandom's not a sexual thing. And that's partially true. There are two sides of this community, the safe for work and the not safe for work. Neither side is bad. There's a common misconception that the NSFW side is ruining the fandom. I can't tell you how many people have been canceled because they were mersuiters. Real talk, who cares what they do in their suit? It's their fursuit. You can't control them. They're not hurting anyone. But you know what's funny? Some of the rated G fursuiters you all love are mersuiters. There's also a large portion of the fandom that likes porn. Yes, there are people that are strictly G-rated, and that's fine. Good for them. But you can't stop people from being themselves. The NSFW side is very large in our community, and everyone tries to hide it. The general consensus is that we want to be accepted. I get that. And that's why there's a balance. There's a part of the community who wants to be safe for work all the time and interact with the public. And there's a side of the fandom that wants to be NSFW. This is a yin-yang situation. I'm going to say this again. Neither side is bad. We are all furry. So back to my question. What are we? The first thing that we all are is, simply put, people. People who have a great time becoming a character to make other people happy. Whether it's in a safe for work way or not safe for work way. We all want to enjoy ourselves and have fun. That's what the community is all about. We're people who know the true meaning of community. We have helped so many animals by donating to charity. And so many people become their best self. I know a lot of people watching this might say, oh, the fandom's going downhill. I've heard this complaint throughout the 2 years I was gone. It was controversy after controversy. The fandom is in a tough spot and it's growing in different ways. We need to remind people that we're all the same. And no one is above anyone else. The fandom is what we make it to be. So we might as well make it great in its own way. Who cares what the mainstream media thinks of us? When we join that crowd, all we'll do is blend in. We are unique, colorful, creative. We are our own thing. And more importantly, we are not defined by just one thing. It doesn't matter if you like the community for its safer work material or its NSFW material. Because at the end of the day, when you step back and look at it, it's all furry. Now, bettering our image is great. There's nothing wrong with this. But you cross the line the moment you start to cancel somebody. If you honestly think someone is doing something illegal, report it to the police. A friend of mine did a really great video about this and explains it way better than I can.
While reporting somebody quietly like this may not get you any real fame or recognition, it is a lot more effective because, while canceling somebody on social media does cause outrage, harassment, and the doxing of that particular individual, it doesn't actually do anything in the long run. It may drive them away for a short time, but it also gives them the option to lie low, change their name, and try again when the heat dies down, rather than have to deal with heavy fines and even incarceration for what they've done.
A link is in the description if you want to see the full video. Honestly, I can't elaborate any better than, what he did. Report it to the authorities, because what does canceling do? Well, if the person is innocent, well, good job, you just help ruin someone's life. But on the chance they are guilty, you end up helping them. Cancel culture is a double-edged sword. It may look cool while you're swinging it around, but at the end of the day, you're going to cut both of your hands off with both sides of that blade. There is no winner with cancel culture. Another thing we really need to talk about is status in our community. Everyone treats fursuiters and content creators like gods. If one of these people doesn't like another person, they will send their thousands of fans to attack that one person. Like what happened to me during my recently resolved controversy. Yes, it's okay to look up to someone and appreciate their content and what they do. But why are you putting them on this pedestal? They're just normal people who make mistakes, who have emotions, and have opinions. And when you treat them like gods, they're going to act accordingly. They're going to put themselves so far above you that you don't matter to them. You're just a subcount. People like that think, oh my god, I'm so important. But they're not. They're just like the rest of us. Reaching back to my point, we are all people in this community. We are all the same. No one is above anyone else. And more specifically, there's no leader in the community. And that's a good thing. There is no one person that can dictate who can and can't be in the fandom. If we had a leader, almost no one would be in the community. So where am I getting at with this? People with a lot of followers are sometimes responsible for controversies. They get power hungry and feel the need to create drama, so they can focus the entire thing around them. I'm not saying everyone does this, but there are a few people in the community who are ruining it for everyone. This is a happy place, and it's meant to be a happy place. I can't be the only one that's tired of all these controversies every single week. While I was away, I watched dozens upon dozens of controversies unfold. Sometimes a creator got mad and sent their fans to attack a person. Other times it was a sensitive topic and someone took it a little bit too far. All I'm saying is that we need to be careful about what we say and how we handle things, or else we can ruin someone's life. In our digital age, it can be easy to say something online and not care about the impacts. But sometimes what you say does have a big impact, and you need to watch what you say. If I'm being honest, I think the biggest problem today is Twitter as a platform. This site encourages cancel culture. Unlike Facebook, where you're limited to the amount of people you're friends with virtually, Twitter is unlimited. I'm not saying that's a bad thing in general, but if one person has a negative thought, they can send it to thousands of people in an instant. That's why I think the fandom has so many controversies. There seems to be a new one every week. I know a lot of people are tired of it, including me. Twitter in general is just a very toxic place. So I made the decision not to be active on it anymore. And I know right now there are tons of people wanting to get a reply out of me. Not gonna happen. I'm done with Twitter. I'll occasionally go on there to link a video and message friends, but that's it. If you stay in a toxic place, you're gonna end up being toxic. And I don't want that. The whole goal of this video is to start a conversation. I love this community. No matter what anyone says about me, I will forever love it. It takes everyone together to achieve a goal that we all want. I know many of you are tired of cancel culture in our community. I've gotten thousands of messages that agree, but they don't want to say anything because they'll get canceled themselves. Next time a controversy happens, don't be afraid to stand up to people and tell them to stop. This isn't who we are. We are a community, not a hate mob. Anyway, that should be enough yelling for now. I want to say thank you to everyone watching right now. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon.